Hi guys, I'm doing a quick check-in with you before I go to bed, and I'm just like, all right, everything is good. I hope that y'all are well. We have this election coming up in less than a couple of weeks. Let me get closer. So I have been feeling very stressed. Um, but life has been lifing, so I haven't really been life. What's good, Shack King Black? Shack King Black. Did I get your name right? Can y'all hear me talking this low? What's good, Trip D's? What's good, James? You guys, I miss y'all. All right, let me get comfortable. I'm doing laundry, so I'm gonna be with you guys until my laundry is done and we get up. But I just wanted to hang out with you guys for a little bit. So, can y'all hear me? At least tell me if you can hear me. I'm kind of feeling real chill, but I wanted to connect with you guys. So we got this election coming up, and yeah, I know that's been on my mind. You haven't done a live in a while. You can hear me. Thank you, Trip D's. What y'all thinking about the election so far? I haven't done. What's good, Lakendra? I miss y'all. I do. I'll be back soon. Life has been lifing, and I got some stuff that I want to talk to you guys really quickly about before I go to bed. So, two things before I get into the election. Not gonna get that much into it because I'm short on time tonight, but I miss y'all very much. I am. I'm doing my school thing and I'm working. I don't know how all this is working out. And with all of that being said and done, I still have to get my workout in. So later today, I told myself I wasn't going to take time off work. I got to take time off work because I need to work out for a couple hours to get myself back on track. I haven't been able to do it. So I'm going to take some time off. Anyways, somebody had asked me before. They said, oh, Emu, we missed your old live streams when you had all that chaos. Oh, thank you, Lakendra. I appreciate you. Thank you all for supporting my channel. It helps a lot. Somebody has said to me, let me know when y'all can't hear me, that they miss my old live streams when it was chaotic. They're going to have to miss it because I don't. I will not jeopardize my peace, my family. My chaotic lifestyle is only commentary for other people. We're not going back to that. I'm not interested, you guys. I'm interested in things that's going to progress people, not things that's going to tear people down. And my family and my sanity is not for sale. Okay, so we're not going back to that. I don't care. Sorry that your entertainment is gone. That's what it is. Now, I was in somebody's live stream. Earlier. I really like him. And he was dogging out the Republican Party, talking about, it was somebody in the beef sector, talking about like how the Republican Party, how you shouldn't be black and a part of the Republican Party. And it's commentary like that really irritates me because you can be a black conservative. You can be a black Republican. The things that I hear, which is why I want to do an earlier live stream, is just nonsense, okay? And I do fear for a left president, a liberal president, and for the things that's happening in this country. I am going to be nervous until the election. And that's not really a day I want to share with anyone. It's kind of something that I need to go through, but I don't know what you guys feel about it, but I'm tired of hearing people trying to demonize the Republican Party as if somehow the Democratic Party is going to save them when it hasn't saved them yet. And I think it's really problematic to make it seem as if one party is going to fix all of this country's problems. So I dropped down in this chat. I really like this person. Hey, Montrese. But I'm just tired of the lies that's being told on the right, on the political right. I am hoping that Trump and Vance win the election. I am not going to lie. I'm tired of how things are. I'm tired of the border problem. I'm tired of a lot of things, all right? But with that being said, I'm not gonna put you guys down for which way you go. Okay, what's good with you guys, my tree? So that's one of the reasons. Why did you make that face? What face? What face did I make? Hey, Empress. How are you doing, beautiful? I'm well. I'm just doing laundry. I haven't been live for a while, so I wanted to come to say hi. I'm not gonna throw all my political views at y'all. I've been just doing a lot when it comes to school and trying to really just do my thing, right? Trying to put some pieces together and stuff. When I said your name, Matrice, I was just like, happy to see you. What's good, Matrice? James says he'll be at the poll next week. How many days before the election, you guys? How many days? Let's see. We're within, okay, so we have, you guys have plans for Halloween? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 days before the election. May God bless this country. Did you early vote yet? No, I didn't. I'm probably going to go to the polls. Probably just going to go. It's good to keep busy. It's good to keep busy. I'm glad you're well. I'm doing fine. I'm just working a lot and going to school and stuff and doing my externship. That's it. But I'll get out. I mostly do uploads because I feel I can express myself better in the upload than I can in a live stream. Still trying to, I don't know. It's just my thing. But I miss y'all a lot. It's just a lot. There's a lot I haven't really spoken about lately. There's a lot I don't really talk about because I just don't. But again, I'm ready to get this election over with because it's just been a lot, I think. And I'm hoping that this country won't become more divided than it has been. This election seems to be very different from the other ones. But I feel that there's so many lies told on the political right that I'm just ready for it to be over with. I'm tired of it all. I really don't want either one. But Kendra, I think it's disappointing that a lot of the things that needed to be addressed didn't really get addressed. And I feel like there was a lot of mudslinging and just not enough people talking about the politics and things. I mean, the policies. So that's just what it is. But other than that, when I get online, I don't spend a lot of time online, y'all. I log off because I don't want to hear about people's relationships. I don't want to hear about the doxing and the whole, I'm just not interested anymore. And I think that when you are working on yourself and you're improving your life, there comes a point where you move on from that. And as you grow and as you get older, it's just less appealing. And I don't want to be stuck. I don't want to be stuck in the same spot. So that's a lot of reasons I'm not online a lot, because I'm too busy living my life offline. So I hope you guys understand that. This is your time for healing. It is, James. And again, there's a lot of things that I haven't really spoken about, but there's a lot of things that I've been through that I'm not going through anymore for anybody. I'm going to have people in my life. I love my time by myself. Don't get me wrong. But people that's just there for MU and not what they can get from MU. As far as a Mr. MU, another story for another day. Good morning, Big Gasman. But I'm just, I'll do an earlier live stream for you guys, but it'll be, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I know that a lot of things that people are watching online is just a distraction from what's happening in our real life. I have to tell you though, from where I started online, I've grown so much in these last couple years, like the last 3 years, 2019. I've grown a lot. And with all the things I've been through and I've overcome, it's kind of sad to see that I've come further in life than people that started off talking about me, trying to put me down. They're still in the same spot, and I've grown a lot. Uh, but everybody's path is different, and people are complacent. But I want something. I want to get that degree from college. I want to be able to. I just want to finish all the things that I started before I got stuck in addiction. I want to finish those goals. And a lot of people aren't going to like that. And that's just okay. No matter what disagreements we have, I still respect you. You're a good person. Thank you, Montrese. What kind of disagreements do we have? Do you guys realize that some of the arguments that I've had with people from a while ago, unless I write it down, I don't remember. I really don't. You guys are good. Montrese says, I'll get it done. I'll get it done. But it's come at a huge price. You can't let them get you to stay stuck there. Just move on already. Oh, James, I don't even think about them. My point was that everything happens for a reason, and life is good today. And I'm not willing to give that up, but because life is good, I kind of share that with y'all. Y'all see my baby girl just got her driver's license. My girl just got her driver's license, and my son is doing well in school. He's a mama's boy. My family's good. Oh, our opinions on Democrats and Republicans. Let me tell you, what's good, Dovey? Good morning. Long time no see. I know I'm on late. Patrice, I enjoy your opinions about Democrats. I don't expect you guys to agree with me. I think that people feel I'm trying to convert them to the Republican Party. I'm not. I'm trying to tell people why I'm Republican and what the Republican Party stands for. I feel that we have the same goals, but we're on different sides of the coin. And you need people on both sides. You just do. I don't understand why people vote Democrat after being let down so many times, after all the lies being told. I feel that the Republican Party is demonized, and people look at it as if we're equivalent to Satan worshipers or things like that. And that's why I speak out about the Republican Party, because I feel there's so many misunderstandings. Trump happens to be the nominee, okay, for the Republican Party. I was a Republican before Donald Trump. I will be Republican after Donald Trump. Am I mad at you, Dovey? Why would I be mad at you? What you do, Dovey? Did I come up? I gave that TikTok a thumbs up. Which TikTok, James? Are you on my TikTok? LaKendra says we can all agree to disagree. We can't all agree to disagree. I missed you guys, though. Oh, wait, Dovey. What did I miss? Because I haven't been on for a while. I'll drop a link for you. I came live without really wanting to talk about anything in particular. I just mostly wanted to say I see you guys. I love you guys. And take care of yourselves. Don't get so caught up in everybody else's life that you'll never meet. Hold on, y'all. The one with the license. Thank you. Hang on. My clothes are almost done, you guys. My tree says there are bad eggs on both sides. I agree with you. Did y'all see Donald Trump serving French fries at McDonald's? And people trying to say it was staged. It was not staged. Donald Trump, the people had to be screened before. Did y'all see that video? The people had to be screened before getting those French fries and those meals. I thought it was really cool that he was connecting with people. He's always talked about how he loves McDonald's, but no matter what he does, people just criticize it. All right. You said that was ridiculous? The McDonald's video? Oh no, I gotta come on earlier so we could talk about stuff like that. I thought it was cool. Montrese, that's somebody that's really trying to relate to people. But it wasn't staged, y'all. Mm-mm. It was this man trying to connect. And they spend a lot of time in the battleground states, right? Obviously. Let me put up my banner real quick. Yeah, I'm gonna take tomorrow off work. I'm feeling like blah tonight. I made videos on it if you guys missed it. Hey,
Hey, misunderstood.
how you doing?
I'm good. How you doing?
I'm chilling tonight. I'm just chilling. I'm only here for a minute. What's on your mind? I
That's
know.
not you. Hmm?
What is chicken mac, James? I don't know what you're talking about. What chicken mac? What's good, What's good, my trees?
It's good. I think he talking about the that chicken Big Mac from Burger King. I think that's what he's talking about.
He made me have the. Oh, I didn't even know. Mm-mm. Is it good? Have you guys had it?
I don't eat that. I don't eat that fast food. I don't mess around with that stuff no more.
Really? I don't know. Donald Trump made me want some French fries.
Yeah, the French fries, I still go and get some of those, but the other stuff, nah. Mainly, I just go to McDonald's for coffee. I don't go there for nothing else.
I heard their coffee's good. I usually go for a sweet tea, but I'm trying to stay away from all that stuff because I'm not able to work out as much. So I kind of eat clean.
Yeah. Um, I be trying to drink unsweetened tea. I be trying to.
That's good too. And you'll probably get used to it. And then when you don't have sugar for a while, then when you have it, it's like you don't want it.
Yeah, yeah. But I try to like I do like lemon or like a little bit of honey. That's really it with tea. I don't really do the sugar. That process, I don't really mess around with that.
Yeah, I gotta take care of yourself. What political views we disagree on?
Our views on Democrats and Republicans, but it's like this. Like I learned a long time ago, man. It's bad eggs on both sides. Like, cause ain't nobody perfect, man. Like it's always gonna be somebody that's not who they say they are. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's a Democrat or a Republican. But I always tell people like, vote locally too. You know what I'm saying? Vote locally, man. Support, you know what I'm saying, the people in your city.
Right. That's actually really important, especially if you're not going to vote in a presidential campaign, because you hear people saying, "Oh, I'm not going to vote. I'm not going to vote." I don't even talk to those people. But the state enforces the law, so your local representatives, it is important to vote for them because they go by the popular vote, not the electoral vote. So you can't say your vote doesn't matter. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, it's if you don't vote, they just give it to, somebody else. So I tell people to vote, man. If you care, vote. If you don't care, then you don't have to vote. But if you care, vote.
There's a lot of people that I've seen, that I heard say, "Oh, they're not going to vote in this election." Then they have nothing to complain about. They have no say so. Your vote
Yeah,
does matter. Hmm.
yeah. It's important, man. You know, especially for black people, it's important.
Do you feel that voting for one person because of their race, do you feel it's important for Black people to support another candidate because of their race?
Color shouldn't be. I think everybody should be colorblind, man. Like we shouldn't. You should never look at somebody in a certain way because they're of a different race. You know, because we all God's children at the end of the day. So it should never be about that. But you should do your research on people, whether it's Democrat or Republican. Do your research on them. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't just vote because your grandma and your mom or whoever have been telling you to vote Democrat your whole life or Republican your whole life. You should just be, have your own opinion. Because a lot of people, they just go by what they was told their whole life.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I agree with that, and that's the thing. Regardless of what side of the coin you're on, I can have a conversation with anybody. I feel that we want the same things for the most part, and I just get tired of the lies about the political right. Okay. Other than that, I have a conversation with any of y'all. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody should, like he was saying in the comments, we can just, agree to disagree. It doesn't have to turn into an argument or, F this person or F you because you this. Nah, man. Like we all do want the same thing. Nobody wants to struggle, you know what I'm saying? So people mainly vote for people that they think is gonna put America in the right place.
Yeah. And some of the things, I mean, the things that I say that I want: a livable wage, strong middle class, American jobs, protected borders, uh, lower taxes. I think that's what we all want.
Yeah. Yeah,
See?
people make a big deal out of the border thing, but look, I'm like, yo, some people do come over here and they don't have good intentions. Some people come to America and they have F shit on their mind. Like they don't come over here for the same reasons you think they over here for. They want to wreak havoc. So everybody ain't good.
That's true. Everybody's not good. And then you have the problems of children that's not documented, that's trafficked, and you can't go into any other country and just walk in. They want to know who you are. You got to have a passport. You got to do it the right way. It shouldn't be any different for the United States. You got to have protected borders. Uh, People need to be documented. If you're going to come in the country, come in the right way. That's all we say.
Mm-hmm. Because
Right?
it do be people, that come over here and they just like you should be able to. I mean, but we, people in America shouldn't just be able to go anywhere either. You know what I'm saying? They should know who you are.
We're not able to go anywhere. We're not.
Yeah,
We'll
we
get
not,
stopped.
but
We'll get stopped.
yeah, just like they should too.
They should. But where I live, especially in California, you see people coming over. A lot of them don't look savory. Don't be mad at me. They know, and the border patrol looks the other way. They don't do anything, and very young people, a lot of them too, and it is a problem, and it's a problem that has to be handled, or that's to the detriment of our country. That's just what it is, and people don't like when I say that, but that's what it is. Yeah, because the American people are the one that's paying for it. I am for America first, and that's what it is. So, good morning, Terry. So yeah, I'm stressed out about this election. I'm ready for it to be over, and whatever's going to happen is going to happen. May the best president, Trump, win, and that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. Like like I said, like I don't judge people for who they vote for. You're not supposed to, man. Like people got their own mind.
Good morning, TC. They have their own minds, but I do think, I mean, when I'm speaking about the Republican Party, everywhere I go, they're talking about, you hear about the left. Nobody criticizes them, but the moment you come and say, hey, you know what, I'm conservative, then they want to put you down, do ad hominem attacks. At the end of the day, in less than 12 days, we have an election coming up, and this is going to end, and we have 4 years to deal with whomever's elected. Good morning, Tisa. It's good seeing you. So,
That's true.
yeah, the only thing I worry about is more of a racial divide and more of a, we want a fair election, and that's it. But I can't stress over it anymore. I can't. I think November 5th is going to be a heavy day for me and my family. And
Right.
yeah,
I think this is one of the most important elections we had in a long time.
thank you, Tisa. I'm just here for a second because I haven't been live for a minute. And would you say, Matrice?
So this is one of the most important elections, that we've had in a long time. But you know,
It is. Hoping for just some changes. I just want to see some changes, definitely with inflation, definitely with the cost of groceries. Like, here comes TC. Let me use my banner. It's, yeah, it is important. Let me bring up my sis. What's good, TC? Is that you?
It is. Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey y'all, what's going on? What's up, MU and Montrese?
what's up, sis?
Hey, and the chat, LaKendra, I see Tisa. Good to see Tisa. Good to see you, Tisa.
I'm
I'm
just
good.
here for a minute. I'm just nervous.
Why
TC.
you nervous, girl?
I'm nervous about this election coming up.
Man, I'll put it to you this way. I'm excited. I can't wait. Um, well, I guess you could say Kamala was in Philadelphia yesterday. Uh, I told y'all I was at homecoming in North Carolina, and Jasmine Crockett was there. And you know what? What I glean from it all is at the end of the day, some of the things that are most important to us as Americans, as grown people, grown, mature, responsible people. Protection. Making sure that there's something here at the end of the day. For us and our families. it, it- and access to success, all of those things. It's just the way in which we get there. Everyone
My,
has their everyone has their way in which you get there, and I think that that's one of the things that's like that's the thing that keeps our competition or keeps us, battling back and forth. I am going to be on election day an absolute tiger. I am going to be ferocious. I want to be I'm working in probably one of the most reddest parts of Philadelphia, which I ask for in particular. I want to be in there with um with a certain group of people because I'm going to be networking because if if I'm gonna be out there and you're gonna be out there, MU, and Montrese is gonna be out there, and Tisa and Lakendra and certain people, guess what? I want to network because you know what? You guys got and James, because you guys got something going on and you're about something. And at the end of the day, I want to network with you guys because the next day we're gonna have to whoever wins, we're still gonna have to be on our gangster. Period.
I
We're gonna have,
I'm
you know,
stressed.
don't
Thank
be
you,
stressed.
Tisa. Tisa
Don't be
says,
stressed, baby. This has been going on for years. This is
we're
that
on
we
opposing sides, but I respect you for using a privilege. We all have to vote. We have to vote because, and I understand we're on opposing
yes.
sides, um, but I respect all of your points of views. I do feel that voting is important, and there's a reason why these presidents go to these battleground swing states to fight for our vote, uh, because our vote matters. They wouldn't be out here fighting and campaigning if our vote didn't matter.
Right.
So I do feel it's important. I think that a lot of people are are what's the word, discouraged by things that's happened. They don't
Hmm.
understand electoral college and they feel that their vote isn't going to matter or count. But that's absolutely not true. It's
Right.
not true. Even if you do not vote for either president, there's other things. I heard that this ballot was like 3 pages, 3 pages long, something like that. There's a lot of things on there.
Okay.
And besides the presidential campaign, your local representatives and the bills on that ballot, that's the popular vote, not the electoral vote. So it absolutely matters.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm excited. Let's go. Come on.
I see, here's the thing with my Democratic family,
Uh-huh.
they're going to be upset if Trump wins. They feel Trump is racist, et cetera, et cetera. My immediate family, I want to be, y'all know how I'm going to vote. Y'all already know. I think you know. But
Hmm. Yeah.
it's
So
just
that
that
means
they need that.
you're gonna be mad at me. I'm gonna be mad at Montrese. Montrese is gonna be mad at Tisa. Tisa's not gonna. We're not gonna speak to each other because either one of our candidates didn't get in. We already know somebody's not gonna get in. But I know that let me just say this: if my candidate gets in, you good. If your candidate gets in, right? I know I got friends on the other side of the aisle. Period.
Let me read this. MU, we have more
In
in
common.
common than our differences. Don't feel ostracized because of your political leanings. We must respect each other's differences. Tisa, I appreciate that. Sometimes in your
Yes.
mouth, and I hear your. Can y'all hear me? I'm talking low because my son's asleep. Um, I hear your views and when you disagree, and I respect that because we all. That's what makes us all unique. And yeah, the one thing I am sad about though is that with school and work, I really didn't get to talk about a lot of things I wanted to talk about with the Republican Party. Nevertheless, you guys get out there and vote. It matters.
Mhm.
Tisa, I appreciate you. If I were for a girl, I appreciate you guys because we all have different opinions. And
Yes.
yeah, this election is a big deal. It's a big deal. I'm going to tell you guys this. The Republican Party before Donald Trump, I mean,
Uh-huh.
that's when I fell in love with the Republican Party. Nevertheless, I'm still going to support the Republican Party. And if Kamala, we're not going to talk about it. We're not going to talk about it. Tisa, when
It's
you
okay.
go, you haven't made a video lately, huh? You guys, I did some shopping. I'm gonna make a video. No, I don't think the Black community will be divided no more than it already is at this point. James,
That's true.
I don't either. I
Yeah.
think that our community needs so much work.
How about integrity? How about let's work on honesty? How about let's work on how about this? Hey, MU, if I owe you some money, how about I pay you back?
How about that?
How about if I mean let's keep it 100. Like I right. Yeah.
Prayers, Tisa.
Prayers. That's right. Prayers go up for you,
Healing
Tisa.
prayers. Oh, besides this election, you guys, I've been more into my word, and I felt like when I was online, TC, I 100% agree with you with the integrity thing. I got offline a little bit too because I started to fall away from that, and I needed to plug into my word and get more grounded. And just know that's what I'm doing a lot offline. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Let me
Here's
keep your
this.
camera on, or are you coming up? You keeping your camera on? Okay, I'll bring you up.
Here's what I say. This is the perfect time for anyone if they need to go ahead and straighten out whatever your debts may be. Like do what you have to do for you. And if you're looking at maybe I guess you could say maybe looking at doing some, entrepreneurship, making sure that you grow a business. This is the time to do it. Again, I don't see. When I went down into North Carolina for homecoming, we saw the MAGAs. We saw, like I said, Jasmine Crockett was there. BET. We saw The Hebrew Israelites were there. We saw a bunch of people, and let me tell you something. I saw black men. Let me just deal with the black men. My brothers, I was proud. I don't think I'm gonna be honest with you. Unless they lied to me, I don't think I ran into anyone that wasn't working. Now, let me explain. When I say working, there are people who have contracts, there are people who are doing things on their own, et cetera, et cetera. When I say working, I'm not talking about just one particular thing. But there's some people are out there doing their thing, have their homes. I recognize that most of my male friends that I graduated with, most of them are married more than most of
Mm,
than my female friends.
Hmm.
mm,
That was something that I was like, wow. Because I always take a poll on these things in my head, like a mental thing. And I said, look at my brothers. And of course, we were tailgating. Everybody was tipsy, having a good time. But we were just talking and helping each other. Some people helped me with podcasting, et cetera, et cetera. But
Okay.
there's things for us to do, MU. And I'm telling you, don't get stuck on Chuck. Don't do it. This is not the first election that people have thought, oh my goodness, this is, listen, once you get
No,
through
this is
life,
different.
we've been through too many
This is
presidencies.
different, sis, because and I understand. I know you're trying to make me feel better, but if Kamala wins,
Mhm.
then I don't think we'll see another Republican president. I feel that that's problematic. Somebody got some back noise. Natty, welcome.
Hey, good welcome. Good morning, Monsieur. You right?
Good morning.
Yeah, this is my first time, man. First time.
Welcome.
Um, yeah, thank. I've got some questions to ask about this political stuff that's happening in America. What are you exactly like? What are your concerns about? I don't know who you for. Who you for, first of all?
Who is that for? You asking me?
Yeah, you.
I'm Republican. I vote right.
So is that Trump?
I'm gonna vote for Donald Trump.
Okay, 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 okay. So what's the fears about Kamala Harris then?
Wow, it's kind of late. I'm not gonna be on that long. My fear is that I'll play a video for you guys before this election. I'll tell you guys we will have this conversation. My
Yeah.
fear is for I I have traditional values. I don't believe that she's done a good. I'm not ready for. It's a loaded question. I'm not prepared to answer that tonight because I'm not trying to have a strong political argument. But what I'm going to tell you is that my fear is that the things that the Democratic Party has promised does not get delivered. I do not feel that the Democratic Party is for Black people. I feel that they
Right.
develop
Okay.
tactics to discourage people from thinking Republican. I don't feel that they really have to deliver on their promises that they make election after election. They don't have Blacks' best benefit in mind. If they have, we'd be further along. I'm going to vote for the
Okay.
party that has protected my the civil rights, that's fought for my right to vote. That's the Democratic Party is ones that's responsible for Black codes, mandatory minimums, the war on drugs. That's the
So
Democratic Party.
did you
That's
see
not
that?
the Republican Party. So I'm going to say there's a lot of reasons why I don't vote Democrat. I'm going to vote for the party that I think is best for me. And not only that,
Okay.
I do not believe that a government that has once oppressed you is going to come and save you. And that's one of the biggest
Mm.
differences between voting Republican and Democrat.
So did
Let
you
me
see
say
that
this.
with Donald
Before
Trump?
you hold
Did
that
you
thought,
see
hold that
that
thought.
when Donald Trump was in
Hold
power
that
last
thought,
time?
Natty. Hold that. Natty, I'm going to ask you where you're from. But before I answer that, Tisa, you said your kid is going to graduate in June. Focus on that because that's the most beautiful thing ever.
Yeah, that's
Ever.
good, man. That's the
Yay.
most important thing.
Natty, where are you
I'm
from?
UK, man. UK.
Okay, and what's your question?
And my concern is that, you know, Americans love war, man. You guys love war. That's the only concern that we've got
There
over
were no
here. Is like,
wars. Donald Trump was in office. We weren't in war, and I'm glad you brought that up. Bring our troops home. Good morning, Danny. I don't love war.
But I mean, they're both supporting, you know, the state of Israel. So that's what I'm trying to say. There is going to be war inevitable.
What's happening over in Gaza and all those things. Montrese, you could jump in at any time. I'm just talking. We can't fix their problems. We have to fix the problems in the United States. I do feel that the United States has the resources and the minerals. We really don't need to go outside of ourselves. And we need to strengthen our own economy, our own borders, our own people before we can go working on all these other things outside of the United States. Good night, 504.
I agree with
I
that.
totally agree.
504. Good
I
night.
agree.
Good night, 504.
We got people
Yeah, I mean,
here that don't have homes. We got people here that's struggling with addiction and all these other things and things that's just making our country weak. And I want to just see those things change and resources available for people that need it.
So let me say this is my outlook on some things. As I travel to the South, I always travel on a train, and I love the train. One of the things that I see as I'm traveling through the countryside on the east side of the United States is an abundance of land. There's so much land out there, yet we have so many people who are homeless. Doesn't make any sense.
You know what's sad when people say the homeless want to be
Yes, it
homeless?
does. Yes, it does. Because you see, the way sorry, Miss Lee. Sorry, carry on. Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Some of them are used to living off of the grid, but we're forgetting about if they choose to live off the grid. But that's not majority. Mental health is a huge problem, and we don't have a good system for treating people that are mentally ill. A lot of them are criminalized, and we want to throw them in jail and lock them up. But there's a reason why people are mentally ill. There's a disconnect. We have a problem with our veterans. It goes on and on.
All of that, exactly. So all of these, and Nati, I hear you trying to get in, but let me just say this in reference to what Misunderstood just said. All of that. Those are the issues, and nobody, but there are people out here who want to make some things happen, but nobody on either side has been really, really good at getting all of those issues in proper perspective.
Right.
And I think that's also by design.
I mean, the way I've looked at it, I mean, someone, I think Miss Lee's made a point about you can't throw these people in jail. No, you could not throw all these addicts that are roaming the streets that I've seen on the news and everything like that, because the jails would be overpopulated. It'd be ridiculous. I think it's a way of just sending society to them areas where you just expect it to be a bad land and everyone just forget about them, because there's just too much, there's too many, and there's not much that you can do for them. And I also think that America is being attacked by outside forces that don't have to import specific drugs, like weed or cocaine and stuff, like heroin. Now they have drugs that they can make in your back garden, and they can now affect the population. So I don't just think it's just I think like you've got like the China that are doing their meth labs and certain things like that, because it's easier to get the stuff in, it's easier to cook it up, and it's easier to get people hooked on fucking the most cheapest synthetic drugs. There's a lot, yeah. And when you've got a big wave of that, I mean, look, guys, I'm only looking what I've seen on YouTube and stuff, yeah. I mean, that is like a whole city of The Walking Dead. that is a city where they've just allowed it to happen. That we, even in England, we have places not like that, but we have places where you just know that is acceptable, and no one cares because it's just there. And as long as it stays there, that's where everyone can go. You know,
Hmm.
as long as we keep it out of our main big cities and where the big businesses and fashion industries, you know what I mean, and the commoners are
Hmm.
working, we just chuck them down there because they can all be together and no one cares because it's too much of a big problem.
Right.
If there was 100 of them, yeah, you could lock them up, man. You could probably eradicate that. There'd be 100 of them out on the street, but there's thousands of people out there, man, in America.
And in UK and in
Yeah, but
China
not like this. Yeah, but yeah, I know, but
and
guys,
in
I mean,
China.
yeah,
And but
guys,
see, here's the thing:
yeah,
that there's so many
yeah,
people who are in the UK that are using that are functioning addicts and functioning drug addicts. Just because you don't see, for me, a drug addict isn't somebody that's out on the street and you see certain you see them disheveled and you see them with a shopping cart. There's a lot of drug addicts that have very very nice homes and they have they're at work, quote unquote, working and or so-called functioning on a day-to-day basis, just day
yeah,
to day.
yeah, but I'm just saying that we haven't got a whole city run, like a whole city where it just looks like a zombie town. We haven't
Mm.
got anything like that. Not to that scale. I mean, like you'll have like maybe like like a graveyard or like like maybe like a car park where there's like a few 20 or 30 that congregate there, and
Well,
and even still,
regardless
yeah,
of how many it is, it's too many.
it's too many. Yeah, it's too many.
You
It's too
know,
many,
it
and it's
starts out one way. It starts out
yeah,
one way, and like you said, nobody really pays attention to it because it's
mm,
not so many, if you want to call it that. But it like anything, is sort of like your body. Some people have had full blown whatever it is, but it started out somehow, and you remember, oh, I felt a little pain here, or I felt a little pain there, or whatever. But and then it grew if you did not pay attention to it, and it will always grow. So, um, we have our issues here in Philadelphia, and we've seen it manifest ungodly. It's disgraceful, and it's out of control,
yeah, and
and
it's a
it's really
war.
out of
And
control.
you mentioned China. You mentioned China. It's exactly the same thing.
Yes,
What the Americans done in China with the heroin. So it's a war. It's a war on people. It's definitely a war on people.
very much. I agree with you on that. A war on people.
Yeah.
Guys, I mean,
And
look, guys, there's like stuff like weed, cocaine. I mean, even like heroin. It's just, I mean, you could say you could grow them in your back garden, but when you've got
Mhm.
people making drugs just from a kitchen cupboard and then being able to, that's a war, man. That's a war.
How about my folks that are addicted to sugar?
Yeah,
How about my folks? Yeah, I mean,
addicted to
drinking,
shopping.
drunks. Okay, that listen. I mean, the statistics are out there. As far as these these horrific situations, people who are addicted to sugar. Of course, we know so much sugar. I think you talked about sugar earlier, and like and I get it because like I'm at black coffee now, like black coffee, no sugar, no cream.
I've been
You-
struggling with, so I had to, one of the reasons I'm gonna take part of the day off tomorrow. I'm still gonna go to work, but I'm gonna leave for like 4 hours to work out and get back on track
Get
because
back right.
yeah, I'm gonna get a quick workout because I've been like comfort eating, which I don't like to do. So I've
Hmm.
been eating like way more sugar, and then when you start eating sugar, you get addicted to it, and it's so hard on your body. There's so many
Yes.
food related illnesses, and people love to talk about different types of addictions like drugs and uh,
Mm-hmm.
alcohol, and stuff
Internet
like that.
addiction.
But I don't think people
Internet
realize
addiction.
Ooh.
right in the dopamine what it does. Like
Social
the
media
things
addiction.
that we get addicted to, gambling, X with the S, all kinds of things because of what happens
I've seen
in our
people be addicted to
brain.
people on these YouTube streets, like stalking, like mental. I've seen people drive themselves mad
Yeah.
stalking other people.
So
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to where, because what I don't want to do is trade one thing for another. That's my biggest thing. That's why
Right.
I'm being careful with stuff. I have to be because I have an addictive personality. And I find myself like, because I stress about stuff and I get anxiety really bad. So then I want a sweet tea. Lately at work, people have been bringing me candy bars a lot. Like they
Ooh.
bring like boxes of chocolate. I find myself eating stupid stuff that I don't even eat. I gotta get back on track. It kind
Gotcha.
of made me sad a little bit when people are talking about, when you guys are talking about drugs right now, because of how it's demonized. Let's say we see somebody online and they struggle with alcohol, right? People just tell them to come back on track, get back on track. When it comes to the drug things, you guys, just the way, I'm not even going to get into it. The things that I hear, I don't think people really understand the problem and the stigma that's attached to substance abuse disorder. Nobody wants to get help. And people that criticize me usually have addiction problems because you criticize what you criticize other people and what you have in yourself. And when
That's a
when
fact.
you're filled with shame, when you're filled with whatever it is, another person going through the same thing is going to bother you. So I understand when people are attacking me that they're addicts themselves. I get it, but I'm just tired of it. I think that as a community, we have to recognize what is bothering our community, and it's addiction, mental health, and all kinds of self-sabotaging behaviors that people
Absolutely.
don't like to talk about. I
No,
feel good.
I agree with you.
I overcame it, and I think that that's a strong testimony. And but there's a lot of people that are struggling in silence, and they're out here wreaking havoc, and their lives are just miserable, and they turn their families apart. What's good, Reno?
Well,
That's
not
like
to not to
saying it's
Jared.
all spiritual. What you mean, James, is all spiritual? You mean like spiritual warfare? What you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one thing. I'm a
Yeah.
spiritualist, and for
Definitely.
me, it's all about that, man. Like like when you mentioned about exercise, that is my best cure for like my depression or anything like that. You know what I mean? Or work. That's
Mm-hmm.
my like keeping motivated, and you know, like as well. Like I was saying to like my son, yeah, because like back in the days, I wanted to go to work because I wanted to go out on the weekend to go party, yeah, and I wanted to buy clothes because I wanted to look good in front of the girls, yeah. So I had a purpose, right? So I was busy all the way through the week because of work and everything like that. We had the life, alcohol was reasonable prices, clubs were reasonable prices, music was decent. Now, when I look at this generation, they don't go out. These kids, they don't go out. They're like,
Mm-hmm.
nah, I'll just buy something on the internet. Oh, where are you going? I'm just going to go and take this to the shop because I don't like it, Dad. Yeah, well, why don't you go to the shop and go, nah. So, it's like now I look at these kids and I say, what are you working for? Are you working towards holidays? To say, yeah, we want to go to a holiday next year. What is motivating you to, what is motivating people nowadays, man? The motivation to say, yeah, I want to get up and I want to do this. Don't just say kids, but you know what I mean? What gets you going, man?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's
Yeah.
interesting when you say that. I look at my daughter, who is entering the world, and I'm that kind of mom that, listen, I raised you, and now it's time for you to find. Somebody got a back noise, whatever. Can one of you? Thank you. I still hear it. Is it just me? Anyways, I look at my little girl, and I think that that's what matters. I need to make sure that she understands what's happening, and that, but their values are different. And I think that, I don't know what I'm trying to say right now. I'm going to just let it go. But I just look at her and I just pray for her. Their values are different. They're into different stuff, but they are our future. We're not going to be here forever.
Facts.
And you see these big overgrown people out here living, trying to say like they're like kids, they're living their best life, they're teenagers. No, you're going to die eventually. The younger ones are the ones that's going to take over, and they're our future. And so I do believe in pouring into, even if you don't have kids, the youth. It's about the youth and the younger people. And I'm not
That's
saying
right.
that to live your life at an older age. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about it does matter what they see and what they hear. And when
That's
I
right.
look at my
Exactly.
child, I'm very blessed to be a part of her life. I love to see what they go through and what
Yeah,
my kids are into. It's just different. Electronics, it's the knowledge era. They're just so much further along than we were at their ages.
I agree with that.
Now
Well,
Donald Trump said something interesting. TC, don't take this personal, but I don't mean that. I shouldn't have said that. But Donald Trump was speaking about like he wants men. Never mind. I'm not gonna get into it tonight because I need to pull up a video.
Yeah, go on, go on.
No, I'm not gonna pull it up, bring it up tonight. But how he's talking about this woke movement. I'm not
Hmm.
about he, she, or they, you. Okay, if I'm gonna call you what you are, I'm not saying I'm not gonna respect your pronouns. But as far as like men entering women's Olympics because of how they identify and stuff like that, that's one of the reasons I like Donald Trump. I'm not for it. I think if you are born a man, you have no business boxing a female.
I agree. What do you mean? What do you mean you don't mean that? I totally agree with that shit.
I'm
Okay.
sorry because he
Well,
speaks about the LGBTQIA community, and I'm not trying to be offensive.
but see, that's not LGBTQ. That's the medical profession and them making and capitalizing off of a situation in the politics of it all. Because politicians should be putting legislation in place. Okay, because I'm gonna be honest with you, unbeknownst to black people, whether or not you're in the UK or not, I know white folks who have put their children in boarding schools, and they've been transitioning their children from one gender to another.
I
Okay,
just not for that,
hold on,
and
but hold on. Listen to what I'm saying.
okay, so I just
This
didn't want to
is
be offensive, TC. That's it.
no, you're
Okay,
not. I'm
I'm gonna go on
listen.
mute.
I
I'm going
was
on mute.
no, you're. This is this. That's the conversation. We've been talking about that in the LGBTQ, and I'm telling you, we have knockout dragouts because again, there have been a group of people who've been having their children in boarding schools. They were in boarding schools from like junior high school or like middle, elementary school, and they've been transitioning their children for the longest time. Okay,
TC, TC, darling. All I know is this, right?
no, no,
What I've
no.
seen
Let me
from my
finish. Number
friends,
one, you're
from
gonna let
my,
me
from,
finish. No,
all right, go on.
shut up.
All
Let
right,
me
darling.
finish. All right.
All
All right. Now, the other thing is that with this he, she, they, she, her, him, all of that. That's all. Listen, it's again, it's
it's all
political
Roman. We know
propaganda
it's Roman.
that is created for divisive reasons, and it's to deflect us from taking our minds off of what's most important. He, she, they, whatever you consider yourself, I could care less. I fight with it on where I am on my side of the pond, on my side of the aisle. I
Even if your
fight.
president was one once.
I don't care what he is or what they were. I'm not. I know what I am, and I know what my birth certificate says, and that's just the bottom line. All of
Well,
this extra added he, she, they, them, their, whatever is all political propaganda.
well, guess
Again,
what, TC?
it's
Okay.
deflection.
Well, guess what,
You
TC?
wait a minute.
This,
Listen,
this,
UK, no, UK. You're gonna have to learn, okay, that black women in America, unbeknownst to what may be going on in the black women in the UK, we are demanding respect. I'm going
we
to
don't have
listen.
little Nas
I
X.
know, but no, no, no. You're not listening. You're
Listen.
going to listen. You're patriot. You're going to listen. You're going to listen to me.
I've listened to you, but we've got nothing to do with this. We don't agree with this.
I don't listen to me. I'm talking to misunderstood in reference to what she was saying, and I wanted to let her know where I stood on it, and I totally agreed with her. I'm not with it. I know she didn't
I'm
want
not
to
with it.
offend me. She didn't want to offend me because we have a particular relationship, and I just wanted to say I appreciate her. Okay.
Yeah, but how could she offend you though?
However, this is the reason why it's great to have these conversations, because you wouldn't believe how many people think that that whole thing is poppycock.
Yeah, sorry. Hold on. I thought that was a bit riddled there. Why would she be angry with you for what she just said?
She's not angry with me. That's not what I said. You're not listening once again. I said she said that she didn't want to offend me.
Okay, well, why
So
would you be offended?
I don't know. I don't know. We have a
Okay.
particular relationship of rapport, and we've heard each other on different sides of various positions or various issues. And so, she's just saying that to me. That's okay. And there's nothing wrong with that. And I appreciate
See,
that.
Well,
Natty,
you
the
could
thing
call
is
yourself whatever
because
you want to
I
call
hold on.
yourself. I'll
The thing
respect that.
is
I'll respect that.
the thing
I'll
is
respect that.
because if I okay, that's like TC, there's a lot of commentary and stuff surrounding her. We're speaking about politics. I was not about to dive into the LGBTQIA community, and I know that things can go left. And I was just saying before I speak on it, I do support the community, but this
Yeah.
one part of it, I don't. So I just wanted her to hear me out to the end before, you know what I mean? Just because the same way I would do for any of you. But my thing is only with the sports and things like that. I don't like to speak about a community I'm not a part of, really. But she understands. As long as she understands why I said that, it wasn't anything derogatory. I
Yeah.
just
But you're a female. But you're a female, and I think you've got every right to be concerned about fighting who you're fighting, as long as she's equal to you. Then
Hmm.
yeah, I mean, why not? But if it's not
Yes.
equal to you, then it would be definitely a problem. Even weight size is a problem. Now, if you've got somebody who is deciding to pretend to be something that they're not, fair, that's up to them. They are pretending. You've accepted. You've got either to accept to fight them or to say, no, I'm not going to do this. Simple as that.
okay, like the Olympics. Let's go back to the Olympics. I'm like, what if people that aren't really a part of the community trying to say they are just so they can keep winning because they're fighting against biological women? I don't think that's cool. I think there should be something
Hmm.
else. I'm not for, oh, let's see how much estrogen you have before, or how much testosterone you have before you can fight or box a woman. If you are a man, you should not be putting your paws on a woman, period. That's what I'm understanding of that.
I agree.
And
And why do the women have to bear the brunt of proving that they're women when this whole I totally agree with you. Boy, I totally agree with you on that.
okay.
Yeah, me
Years
too.
ago,
Yeah.
we were talking about this happening, and we did
Seen that.
say, I mean, all the lads were talking, and we did say, like, if we ever had to go to jail, we'll just turn up the next day in court as a woman so that we could go to a woman jail. Well, it's happened, didn't it? And it happened in Scotland, and it was a rapist that they put in jail with women.
That's
And
messed up.
obviously, so that's it. So that's what you get.
That too. That and that's a yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not genuine, is
That
it?
is an issue. Yeah, you're right. You're right about that.
That ain't right.
Right,
But
exactly.
I seen like I'm not cool with that either because I watched a man, and I ain't trying to offend nobody either, but I watched a man put on a wig and put on lipstick and get into the UFC and beat the hell out of a woman. I'm talking about her eye looked like it was about to come out her skull. So I'm not cool with that
What?
either. Yeah. So I'm against
Y'all
that.
remember that woman who dropped out?
It's
She was about to
crazy,
fight
man.
no man.
Oh my
It's
God.
crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy.
Oh
But this
God.
is what I'm trying to say. Why you're going to struggle because the fashion industry, you're going to be very going hard against them because they've managed to get themselves to the top of the chain and that the music, the television. That's why all the TV and all these adverts are there. And if you try and shut it down, even on this YouTube streaming stuff, if you try to be too hard against, you just get shut down because they're not silly. They've decided to put themselves in these positions so they can control it.
There we go. There
never
we go.
thought about it like
He
that.
ju- he just there you
Who do
go.
you think? Who do you think P Diddy had to invite to his parties? All his lawyers that were a certain way, and he had to cater for certain people at his certain parties.
You got P Diddy. You have what's happening with Abercrombie and Fitch. I think, yeah, I know what I'm talking about, right? With the CEO and the ex
Hmm.
trafficking. Okay,
Yeah.
you have all these
Yeah.
things that's starting to come out, and I think the world is just getting more perverted. And
Let me just say
but the
this.
thing is, we're dealing with minors. We're dealing with very young people, and our young people are being attacked.
Yes, yes. Let me just say this because I'm a talk in code now. Okay. Right.
Maddie, go
Um,
on mute, fool.
I'm not particularly sure.
Right, James.
No, let me put it to you this way. As far as I'm concerned, one can never offend me. But I want to just say to you, let me just um something. Okay, here it is. In these YouTube streets, Nazi Dread said something about these addictions that we have. Social media is an addiction, and also just like the way that they spin narratives about Trump and they spin narratives about the Republican Party, they spin narratives about a whole lot of things. People in these YouTube streets, narratives get spun. You're a content creator, right, Miss Emu? Narratives get spun about folks in these YouTube streets every day. Don't believe the hype. Don't believe the hype. Okay? That's why a lot of times I even have to give grace even to a Donald Trump, to to a lot of folks, because guess what? I think that sometimes people are spinning narratives on him, on a lot of people who are in the Republican Party, the
I agree.
Patriot on the Patriot Party, depending on who's in control. Of course, whoever's in control, they get the what? They get the better spin, if you will. And then those that are not, let's keep it like on YouTube, like just those people who are in the quote unquote popularity, blah blah blah, get better spun than people who are not. Okay, but the tide will turn. So the bottom line is, I feel you when you were talking about not wanting to offend me. You can't, and I just want to let you know I appreciate you for that.
And I know you would. Thank you. I knew you wouldn't take offense to it, but I just, because
Yeah.
I was starting out Trump and the things I said about the community,
Hmm.
I'm like, dang, I gotta tread lightly because I'm not about to pull up the video to say what I'm talking about. I could play the video, but he starts out. You want to hear what I'm talking about? He starts out addressing the community, and so I'm like, I'm always careful before I do that. You
Right.
know,
I
that's
understand.
why.
I understand.
You
I
know,
understand.
my daughter.
I know, but lately, maybe sometimes, what people may have heard about folks lately, may also, make you want to not offend me. But no, you're fine. You're
Folks
fine.
lately, which is I was only talking about Trump. I wasn't talking about anything online. That's why I said that.
Okay,
And
got you. Got
yeah,
you. Got
that's
you.
true.
Okay.
So if you're
All
talking about
right.
something else, I don't get
Thank
into
you.
any of that. Yeah. I was
See,
only
that's why I
talking
like
about
coming up here. You know how to see. That's what I like about talking to you. Because a lot of sisters, and I just want to say, a lot of times, sisters, we talk about a lot of different things. You talk about the issue, and we stay here and we talk about this issue, and I
all
appreciate
you're
that.
about.
Thank you.
You speak a
Thank
lot
you.
about the your HBCU stuff. I know what political party you go on. You're for. Just because I'm Republican does not mean I agree with everything that is said. And this last video that I'll probably play for you guys tomorrow Actually, it's in my YouTube short. When Trump addresses the community, my only part of that is the sport thing. The rest of it, I'm not even commenting on it. So that's what that was for.
Got you. I think we need to definitely talk about this whole sports thing. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree. I
I'm gonna
totally
go on mute
agree.
so you guys can see. You guys, let me say this to my chat, even though a lot of y'all will catch the replay. Y'all don't find me in people's chat and live streams. Y'all may see me poke my head in, say hi. I did go on Mr. Blaine's chat because he was talking about. I like Mr. Blaine, all right, because he talks about a lot of stuff. Even if he's Democrat, I don't care. I'll still go in y'all chats, but y'all won't find me in people's chat because I don't want to be involved in other people's life. And if it's not uplifting, if it's not something that I'm just not interested. It's not that I don't like them, but I'm not going to give commentary on it. So I don't really know what's going on in the YouTube streets.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah, my mind is on the election right now, school and work. But those things keep me very busy. Let me go on mute for a second. And here's another thing. It's because when I come live, there's a couple of things. I feel that if you've overcome something, I'm not trying to bore y'all. I feel you have a responsibility to share that, even if I only share a little bit of it. And I overcame something that keeps a lot of people down. So I never want to miss the opportunity to squeeze that in my commentary some kind of way. If
Wow.
I'm in a lot of streams, that's going to be in my head. And when I fire up this live stream, I'm going to want to give commentary on it because it's natural. I'm going to talk about what so-and-so said. So I can't go to all these spaces anymore. I have to protect my peace. And if I'm not giving commentary on it, there's no point in me really being there. Let me go on mute.
That's what's up. And to have brothers like Nati Dread and Montrese, and I like James. I've noticed that there's certain people that you gravitate to you, MU, and I like the energy of these brothers. I really do.
Yeah, it's always
Because
good energy over here, man.
you're
It's always a good topic.
you're
Really.
engaging. Where these UK people coming from? I just want to know, how did y'all get over here? How did that happen?
Oh
How's your
man,
issue first?
I just want to know because
Pictures on Jedi.
I've seen an increase, and I mean
me
I'm
too.
being like, how did y'all get here?
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah. I seen she was over on the UK scene. She come over, and I like how she was talking, man.
Because it's like I'm here. I guess it's your
Blame Empress
energy.
Janet as well. Blame Empress Janet. She's doing bits out here for
Oh,
you
okay,
lot.
Empress Janet. Oh, got you. Okay, got you.
Let me share something for educational phrase purposes only. I'm only gonna play this small part because we're not doing all this politics stuff tonight. But let me show y'all what I was talking about when I made that comment.
I like to say it because it's true. Like,
Hold on.
we don't want men playing in women's sports. We want to have borders. We want to have fair elections. Little things like that, common sense, right? But she's here tonight, and I'm going to just ask.
That's all. So I just wanted, the reason I played that is because people like to say, "Oh, Trump isn't for transgender. Trump isn't for this." It's not that. It has to do with the issues that go along with it. And so, it's the only thing I was speaking about because he addresses the community, but it's a certain thing. One day we can talk about men and women's sports and stuff like that. I'm just not for it.
Yes.
So you guys heard the video. That's where it came from. That's where that comment came from.
And there's another video that Kamala has out in reference to operations for transgenders.
I see. I don't agree with that.
And I'm like, no. I'm like, what?
That you can have surgeries for people in prison. Did you hear that?
Yes, I heard it.
That's nonsense. Why? So our tax dollars is to go for people to transition in prison when the people out of prison can't get the surgeries for free. I'd be more for that. For people that feel like they're not in the right body.
Say that again.
What? We use our tax dollars for them all of a sudden. See, those
what's
are the
happening?
things that everyone's talking about. That's BS.
What's happening? They're doing what?
You get arrested, and all of a sudden you go in prison as a man, and you can come out as
Yeah.
a woman on our tax dollars. Get out of here.
That doesn't make any sense.
But yes, she don't want to talk about reparations. She does talk about reparations. She's not doing it for Black people. Neither did Obama. Neither did any other Democratic president. Okay. So, but you want
So
to do that
those are my
for
issues with. I just heard that. I just heard that clip, and I was like, wait a minute. I need to find out. Like, I just need to delve a little deeper into that situation because I'm
That's
I'm definitely not for it. When we have people out here who need mental health, mental wellness, we have people who need surgeries, we have veterans who need help, we have young people who need help, we have people who are working class citizens who put into what their own health care, who put into healthcare, and they may need something, and they may need some help, and they can't get it. So I'm for that first. I'm for that.
exactly. And I'm so
So
tired of people. I mean, that was the most ridiculous thing. Let's pay for their surgeries when they go to prison,
yeah,
as if somehow
I
it's
don't
more
get
to
it.
prison. That's the most woke ish. I don't know what's
Uh,
called.
that's crazy, but I mean, but ain't Trump trying to ain't he trying to get rid of like food stamps for people and like SSI and shit like that?
Where'd you see that? Where did you see that? Matrice, where did you hear that?
I've been hearing that.
Trump
That's
talks
been
about doing things differently, having a stronger middle class, um, raising wages for people in the trucking industry, which is a big industry. Um, the way that things are going right now isn't working, lowering the cost of food and those kind of things. But he talks about a stronger middle class, more jobs for American people, things like that. So the food stamps and stuff like that, you're talking to a conservative. I don't feel that government
yeah.
programs can save you. I feel that they keep us stuck and keep us from wanting to get out of that
Yeah,
system. I
that's
think that
the
it has to be revised.
but that's the whole point of him getting rid of SSI for people and people that need food stamps and all that
I'm
other
gonna do my
stuff.
research, my trees, because I haven't heard that one. I'm not gonna say that you're wrong. I'm just gonna say that
It's
I didn't hear it. So I will do my research on it. But if you have a source, I'd love to see it.
So I've heard the story.
fine.
I've heard the story, and my take on it is that he, okay. So if he it, I've heard him say that.
Let me
However,
look it. Let me look it up.
he as the president will not have the authority to do that. That's Congress and Senate. They really are the ones that have to sign that in. He
That's
can't
what I
do
was about
that.
to say. People give the president too much credit, just like when he said, and I disagree with this part about giving the police immunity. If there was a chance that he could do that, would I vote for Trump? No. But here's the thing. So I was on a fence with I'm not going to vote for either president for a while. I was there until I heard him say that the cop that did that to Sonia Macy should be handled, right? That wasn't right. Then I'm like, oh, he's not for people not being punished. That's taken out of context. Let me look up the thing about the food stamps real quick. I'm
Well,
gonna go.
well, again, some things fall under the here's the thing that I've noticed about politicians. Politicians sometimes talk out of turn, and what happens is that people often ask so-called politicians about things that don't have anything to do with their particular office, and so they feel compelled to answer. And Kamala has answered, Trump has answered. There's a myriad of people, even here in Philadelphia, people have answered questions. The attorney general has answered questions, and I'm like, what are you talking about? You can't even, that's not even in your warehouse of things to do. So why are you even answering? That's a different level of government. That's a different part of government. And the for as food stamps and all, that will be the Congress and the senators.
And you got to remember that the president is not the one that's responsible for or is allowed. He's not the one that handles the finances in the United States. That has nothing to do what's good? Steady grinding. Isn't that the Federal Reserve? But
Oh
let me say
Lord, the
this.
Federal
Isn't that the
Reserve.
Federal Reserve? Let me read this because this
Ooh,
is my stance on it, but I know it's deeper. Former President Donald Trump has publicly vowed not to cut Social Security and Medicare, and that's where I was. But um, Trump and the Republican Party have publicly committed not to cut Social Security or Medicare if Trump wins, with the GOP Grand Old Party platform stating that the party will fight for and protect Social Security and Medicare with no cuts. And I think that there's a lot of lies about Republicans not wanting the middle class to be strong and to be okay. We want a strong middle class. Okay.
but is that Medicaid and food stamps though? Because Medicare, Social Security, that's one thing, but Medicaid and
Different.
food stamps is different.
Well, in
Mm-hmm.
California, we call it Medi-Cal because California, but
Yeah, yeah. Well, we all know California has. I can't stay in California, but y'all have your own system, and I like it because well, at least I like it for the fact that you have your own system and you're doing some things.
mhm.
Is it working 100%? Probably not. Nothing is 100%, but at least you have your own system. So that much I have to give California thumbs up for. But yeah, the Republican Party is not trying to get rid of Medicare nor Social
No,
Security, but
Trump will continue to
but
strongly protect
Medicaid
Social Security and
but
Medicare.
Medicaid, and food stamps. Those are the two things that I think Montrese was talking about cutting that.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's what I was talking about. Cause I'm like, I know he said that, like, and I had read
let me
that,
go back
so
on mute.
you know, man,
I know what we could cut, but that's there are a lot of things that we could definitely like defunding the police department. I'm not for that. Um, I think that
mm,
all of those are just bad words for a quick fix. I think that there needs to be a redistribution of funds
yeah,
to the police department, but never to defund the police department. Never.
Hi, Zero. Good seeing you. I was in your live the other day. I haven't seen you in a
DTR.
long time, except for when I was in
Yeah.
your chat. Hey,
Yeah.
steady grinding. Um,
Hey,
Again,
Zero.
you guys, there's a lot of things that people think that Trump is trying to do. He is not trying to take benefits away from people that need it, not in that way. There's a whole Agenda 47 that talks about a lot of stuff. But you guys don't have to be afraid of the Republican Party at all.
Yeah. Watch your
Nothing.
senators, watch your congressmen, and watch your governor, because they're the ones.
And you got to watch the media because so much propaganda. Let me tell you, CNN, I don't know what their problem is with Trump. Watch Fox News or watch something that's unbiased because everything that happens with Trump from the
no, I can't say that.
very
Fox News
Fox.
is they biased. I can't say they not. They definitely are.
okay, I'll accept that. 3 assassination attempts. And what did they say? It's staged. It wasn't staged. His working at McDonald's, um, because Kamala says she worked there. Trump says she hasn't. I think that if she did work there, we'll see some pictures or some evidence of it. I think she said a lot of things that's false. Nevertheless, he did work at McDonald's, but everything he does seems to be taken the wrong way. You know? Sad. What's good, Rico? It's sad. I got more benefits from Trump, but I don't trust either party. But that's from my time inside politics. And again, I'm not trying to convince you guys one way or the other. Please understand that.
Mhm.
I see what
Yeah,
Montrese is talking about, but Montrese, I can't. What I see is people interpreting Donald Trump's words and not his words himself. I see CNN and other people saying that Donald Trump is planning on cutting food stamps, but I haven't seen the Trump campaign speak about cutting food stamps. I just haven't.
Well, you know,
I'm
like I
not
said
saying you didn't
earlier,
hear it. I'm just saying that I haven't heard it.
You know, working with politicians, I've learned and have had to advise to politicians, just because the media or if someone asks you a question, that doesn't mean that you have to open your mouth and answer. So oftentimes I think that folks get in the business of explaining or trying to, engage and have conversation. Whereas I'm one of those kind of folks. I'm like, look, if that's not in my warehouse of responsibilities to do, I'm not. Hey, Rico, boo boo. I'm not doing it. I'm not going to speak on it. That's not my area. And we have politicians that just go fly off the cuff and the handle and answer all of these questions. The media asks questions about abortion to everybody. Come on, what are y'all doing?
Mm-hmm.
How are you going to ask somebody who's a superintendent of the daggone school district about abortion? And if seriously, the fireman or somebody running for the commissioner's office. Listen, the president. There's certain roles and responsibilities that he or she will have, and there's certain responsibilities that the governor, the mayor, and the executive branch have.
You're right.
I'm not worried about them. I get my benefits from everybody. I will, even if Trump gets in office, bet you by golly wow that I'm going to benefit because I have MU right there, and I'm going to call on all my Republican friends, because in the midst of all of these dynamics, I will not make enemies. I will always make special alliances.
That's right.
Okay,
And
because you're a person, MU. Montrese, you're a person. Rico is a person. 504 is a person. And at the end of the day, we have needs. How about that? At the end of the day, you and Rico want to go back to school. At the end of the day, 504, TISA, people have their children that are getting ready to go to school, graduate, and go on from there. You have things that are in line for your children and grandkids. Montrese have goals to have a family, or I don't know, whatever your goals to create your legacy. And all of us have our journey, whether or not we are red or blue. I'm purple at the end of the day. Okay?
right.
Royal and regal. And never will I ever be inhumane to a human being, regardless of whether or not I have differences of philosophy, religion, all these other. I will not say to MU, hey, you need some water, sis? I got something for you. Do you need some information? I got it. It doesn't. So I'm going to have allies at the end of the day. And so listen, y'all can fight and make enemies if you want. I'm in the business of, I think that this is an excellent way of being able to have met people like MU, to have met people like Montrese and other folks who really have conversations about politics. I didn't know that y'all really were really even concerned about this kind of stuff.
Oh my
And now
goodness.
I know,
Yes.
now I know you are, and now I know I got somebody to talk to, at least.
Yeah, and here's the thing that people don't realize. The same way that I would go to the RNC is the same way I would go to the DNC. The same way I went to the Trump
That's
rally
right.
was so special for me because
That's right.
California is a blue, we're not a red state. And so we're not a battleground state. So for Trump to come here was rare, right? Well, he came he's been to Coachella before. But my point is, it was just rare. And I got to hang around people that were Trump supporters. But I also hung around people that was asking why we were Trump supporters. And I love the conversation. I love the fact that we got to share ideas. Yeah, the next election, I will make a point, God willing, to go to the DNC Um, I almost went this year, but I missed it by a week. I flew back to California. I just think that it's important to speak to people who think differently from yourself, right? I think it's important to hear other people's ideas. Doesn't mean
Yes.
that you're going to change your mind on your views, but it's about understanding each
Mhm.
other. Just like you have Congress, you have Republicans and you have Democrats, and they work within one body. Why is it different here? You don't need to demonize one over the other. You can hear each other out.
Mhm. Mhm.
Oh, Rico, you did? Oh my goodness. Let
What
me tell you
happened?
something. If I'd have been in Philadelphia, I would have went to the McDonald's, got some French fries from Mr. Trump, and I would have ate those fries. Okay. Mm? And he paid for it all. I thought it was cool, but Rico says understanding is all a balance. It is all a balance.
There you go.
And I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna throw it out there. The same way people say how that black should vote Democrat is the same way I say black should vote Republican. We're not gonna agree on that. So instead, we can talk about the policies and the ideas because we're not gonna agree, and that's
And,
okay.
no, we're not, because we're all in different parts of the city, different parts of the country, and we look at things a little different. We have different realities. I have cousins that live in Alaska. They're not talking about certain things like what I'm talking about. They're talking about contracts and oils and um and things. You're in California. I'm in Philly. We're not talking about fires and forest fires here in Philadelphia,
All
right?
the wildfires are so bad, and the cost of gas. You gotta realize our gas is almost
Exactly.
$50 a gallon.
Right.
It's
And
crazy.
so we're talking about, that whole Kensington and all of those, the drug addicts and things that's going on, and the need for the housing and the need for certain things. So that's what we're talking about. So people down south have a totally different look on things. People in New York look at things totally different than people in Texas. And that's the beauty of this country, because we have a governor, and the
So down to
governor
earth to see.
the governor is supposed to make sure that these things are taken care of for each state. So all I'm saying is, again, at the end of the day, I'm excited. I'm gonna fight hard on election day. I did hear, Rico, just so you know, in New York, for those of you who want to work for the whatever party, they're paying $300 to work the polls. That's what I heard. That's what I heard, to work. I've never in all my life, from
Sorry,
Shirley
that's the
Chisholm
dryer.
from Shirley Chisholm to today, I have never heard of $300 working the polls. Now this is, I'm ready to go to New York and work at, and work at home and work for every candidate there is, to work for every candidate that day. Because remember, your United States senators are also running. Depends on where you are. Your senators are also running. Some Congress are running. So it all depends. Find out everyone who's running, y'all. Okay. Enjoy, enjoy, enjoy. MU, I'm gonna see you on the other side of the pond, on the other side.
Mm-hmm.
And my promise, as always, I will never change. You
I
have
love
a
that.
friend. You have a friend on this side, and I hope I have a friend on that side.
You have a friend over here. You absolutely
Yeah,
do. That's not gonna change.
there you go.
I get
And
you. I I I I love your passion for things. You're just yeah, you're something special, TC. That's not gonna change. And I don't want you ever to think, let me tell you something. What I say is what I mean. You have a good head on your shoulders, and you got me to look at things a little bit differently. And you have a friend over here on the West Coast. Okay?
there you go. I
Absolutely.
appreciate it. And
Hmm.
I do. I take my friendships very, very seriously. Montrese, I've seen him, and he has been nothing but stability. And been nothing but he's been there. I see James,
I
he's
appreciate
been there. Rico is always there. My God, Rico, okay? And I see, various people who are around you, and I'm really liking them. I'm loving it over here. I like this vibe, because you're talking about things, and um, yeah, we're gonna get to the next level. Yeah, we're gonna go to
We're
the
gonna
next
get to the
level.
next level. It's not gonna change. These are the things that I care about.
I think you should run for office, though. Honestly,
Ooh, talk about pictures being put out there. Imagine if I ran for office. Um, um, no, I am involved in politics. I used to go to the town hall meetings and stuff like that when I was in Palm. I'm in Palm Springs now, but before I moved to Beaumont, and I want to get more involved in doing that stuff again. I just love it. So why did I stop? I don't know why I stopped, right? But now that I'm
hey,
sober, I want to get back into that kind of stuff.
life is lifing. Sometimes it's a seasonal thing. We take a break, and then we get right back on that horse, and we ride away in the sunset. So don't forget, is that's a beautiful thing.
And
And
I'm gonna have to, before I go to TC, so I'm doing my externship right now and I'm working. I'm doing all that cool stuff, but I'm getting ready to transfer to the college. Oh, let me turn off my dryer. Get ready to transfer. We gotta hook up before I do. Before I go to the. I'm not so much worried about the 2-year college. It's the university that has me a little scared. You know.
don't be you're gonna kill it, girl. You're gonna kill it. You'll be fine. Actually, you're gonna do better than the students. You'll be fine. You have wisdom and experience and all of that on your side. The other pieces, you have a good heart.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I got some time for that to happen, but things are it's happening. It's a big commitment to go back to school as an adult, but it's happening. It's working. Let's do our final thoughts because this girl got to work in the morning. Um, we go
Yeah.
set out politics and debates. Don't be afraid. You got this. Thank you. Thank you. Let's do our final thoughts. Let me hear from y'all.
Um,
Well, I mean, look, we all in it together. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, we all gotta support each other. You know what I'm saying? Nobody should be attacking each other because they are with whatever side. We all in this shit together, man.
That's true, Matrice. Um, and I agree with TC when it comes to your positivity and the way that you stand for stuff. Whether I agree or disagree with you, I definitely respect you. So
mhm,
I, you're always welcome to
mhm.
express yourself, even if you disagree with me.
Yeah. There's a certain energy, but before I say my last, I just want to say, Montrese, James. I see there's certain people some of these kings, Rico. I will say very much engaged, have conversation, respectful. I just want to say I appreciate you, kings. I really and truly do. And I thank you because you don't realize that we need you. We need you. And you're important to us. You're important to me.
Facts.
And I'm proud of you. Rico, James, Montrese. There are others. There's Rebel Sons. There's certain people I love. I really care for. Oftentimes we don't get an opportunity to say it because of other stuff sometimes, but it is important that we do take the time every now and then to say, to be good and edify each other, at least. And in closing, I'm going to say, if you're not at the table, then you're probably on the menu.
Mm,
Okay.
I love that.
All right. So everybody, not only be at the table, but create your own table and your own table setting and make demands as to what you want to be served. All right.
That's right.
All right. And I'm out because I'm getting ready to go to work.
Me too. Me too. We're working.
All right.
Yes.
See y'all later.
All
Bye,
right.
my
Now,
friends. Thank you for coming up.
everybody,
You're welcome.
protection and protection and protection always. Peace.
Always. Peace. Oh, thank you, Montrese, Nettie, and my sis TC for joining me. I see James and Rico and those of you, there's more of you I know that support me in the chat. I appreciate you guys. So real quick, I'm in just focusing on MU, the election, and things that really are important to me. And I want people to know that you can, I'm not about to get corny on you guys, okay? But I'm just enjoying MU. And when I start listening to a lot of noise around me, hey, Miss Fenty, hey. When I start listening to a lot of noise around me, I had to unplug. Why? Get tired of hearing I'm not good enough. I'm not accepted. There's something wrong with me just because I share my problems publicly, because I feel if you overcome something, I struggled with, I had a problem. I did something about it, and now I'm well. That's my message to people. And I felt like me fighting everybody, my message was getting muddled. And there's people that really struggle with mental health, and there's people that really struggle with addiction and substances and eating disorders, and we shouldn't demonize it. We shouldn't, because when somebody overcomes something, that should give you hope that you can overcome something, your family can overcome something. And I'm not willing to, I don't need the click and the view. I don't need the large crowds. I never got anything from it. I never enjoyed it. I was always battling, and my family took a big hit. My kids took a hit. Nope, I'm still going to say that sharing your story validates other people. All right. We have this election coming up. Get out there and vote. Get out there and vote. And if you're depressed, get out of bed. Do something and get some help if you need help. But I've really been protecting my peace and praying and trying my best to pay it forward, because I overcame, and I didn't have to be here. There was a chance that I wasn't going to survive, and I'm still here. So I'm very grateful for that. And I'm just protecting my peace and my energy. I love you guys, and I missed you guys a lot. Rico said, it's not, what did I say? It's not you, it's really the problem. People project their pain and their problems onto others, and that's why they try and cloud others' mind. It's true. People criticize what they have in themselves, and when they see it in other people, it bothers them. That part of themselves is easier to call it out in somebody else than it is in yourself. So when people are criticizing you and putting you down, it's not you. I'm not saying you don't have problems, but people judge you based off of what's wrong with themselves. All right. Since my brain is tired, I'm not going to try to be articulate. Vote, vote, vote. Be creative and productive. That's right. All right, you guys. I love y'all. This girl is about to go to work, and I'm going to take a dance class. But yeah, my trees. I'm glad he came up. I'll see y'all later. Feel free to like, comment, and share. And I'll see y'all later today. Thank you for hanging out with me. Bye bye.